Middle blocker number 10, team captain Dos Sasis. Outside spiker number 1, Popoy Alabin. Middle blocker number 4, Renz Cruz. Center number 6, Ian Hidalgo. Outside spiker number 13, Chin Sumage. Opposite hitter number 23, PB Malayba. Starting libero is number 25, Braul Tabuklao. Head coach for the Patriots is Jerome Milano.
And we are set to start this match between the Ateneo Fudgee Barr Blue Eagles and the Don Pacundo de La Salle University Dasmariñas for our final match of this opening game day. Welcome to the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference, and you're catching us over at Pilipinas Live on One Sports and on One Sports Plus. Dip Dipianco alongside Paneng Mercado de Conexwater calling this match, and joining us on the sidelines is Doreen Suway Baguio, who will give us the reports later on. But a while ago, Paneng, we heard Doreen's report prior to the start of this match. Itong La Salle Dasmariñas, interestingly, joining the Spikers Turf Tournament 8 years later. It was their first time back in 2015. And then this time around, they're joining again, sort of a comeback after a long time dito sa tournament.
That's right. It's actually been a while, no, na makakasama natin itong DLSU Dasma team for the Spikers Turf. So this will be our first time to see them play again for Spikers Turf. So we'll see kung anong klaseng game ang meron sila.
Also been a while since we covered the games for Spikers Turf. We did that finals game 1 nung open conference, I remember, between Signal and Cotabato. Right now, it's a different tournament as we are underway. First attack is denied right away by the green shirts. That was a solid block coming from the Patriots, and first service for Chin Sumage. Licauco will go to Batas. Alabin will attack. Okeke from the back. That's kept alive by Don Pacundo. Licauco upset. Oh, long rally we have. Ateneo searching for their first point. Can this be it? Licauco will set up the play. Batas will attack. And another rejection.
This is a good start for DLSU Dasma. They have a solid net defense and at the same time, solid floor defense as well. Kahit ang lalakas sa mga pinapalo nitong Ateneo squad or sometimes placement lang, ang ganda ng pwesto ng DLSU Dasma.
Hindi pa yung energy nila, Paneng, no?
Yeah.
the past 2 points that they've had, they are so energized. And even the crowd, their supporters have come out here at the Paco Arena.
There's a lot of audience wearing green shirts now. So that was a foot fault called on Amar Okeke.
So it's 3 straight points. Finally, Ateneo on the board after that service error. And Ateneo will serve courtesy of Amil Pasino. Checked by the Blue Eagles. Here comes Alabin. The drop. That drops.
That was a good placement at the drop ball by Popoy Alabin. Take a look at this. Parang iniba niya yung speed nung approach niya mid-air. Kaya naman nahirapan doon sa depensa itong Ateneo.
Cruz with a serve that sails out. So 2 of Ateneo's points coming from the service errors nitong La Salle Dasmariñas. Cyrus de Guzman will serve. That's a bit close to the net. Chance for Ateneo, but not the best first ball. Balik sa kabila. Combination does not work. Licauco goes middle. It's short.
Yeah, that was a bit low for Ryan Daculan in the middle attack for Ateneo.
So, LaSalle Dasmariñas holding on to a 3-point lead. 5 serving 2 in the early goings of this match. Licauco upset. Okeke gets his first attack from the front row, and he is able to score.
Take a look at this open attack by Okeke. Ang taas ng talon niya at ang taas ng reach niya at the same time.
Three serving 5. Oh, what an attack from Alabin.
Yeah, that was a good combination attack from Alabin, but you also have to give credit to his good first ball. Sakto lang sa setter nila, and that was a good approach. Faking his approach, kaya naman na late ang blockers ng Ateneo.
That one is outside. So the service errors hurting the cause of LaSalle early on, kaya hindi sila masyado makalayo dito, Paning.
Right, that was 3 service errors so far for this set.
Amar Okeke will serve now for Ateneo. They go back set. That is outside, and Ateneo is just within a point. Five serving 6 here in set number 1. Oh, that's way short. And he quickly apologizes to Coach Timothy Santo Tomas, who's a busier man nowadays, no? Dahil he's also the head coach for the Petrogas Angels. De Castro with a bump set. Then Pasinio knocks it in.
That was a good out-of-system attack by Amil Pasinio. Medyo malayo na siya dun sa net, but nagawan pa niya ng paraan yung open attack niya, getting their 7th point for this first set.
Oh, 1-2 play. The setter, Ian Hidalgo, has been active for Don Pacundo. He sends us to the first technical timeout.
Kung bagong mukha ng DLSU Dasma ang nakikita natin today on the side of Ateneo, it's more or less the same team that we saw compete back in the 2022 Spikers Turf. And after falling short of getting into the Final Four in the UAAP Season 85, Coach Timmy Santo Tomas believes that being here in this league will be the perfect avenue for the team to strengthen their discipline, their maturity, and familiarity with the system, lalo na sobrang daming bata pa in the team. In fact, Coach Timmy plans on expanding his rotation this conference to give more minutes to his players and the second squad before they start their campaign in the UAAP. So stay tuned in our Pilipinas Live app and join in our conversation online with the hashtag SpikersTurf2023. Dip and Paneng.
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. Always some of the teams looking for ways to prepare for their tournaments, and Coach Timothy Santo Tomas hoping na his team will be able to gel, knowing that may mga bagong players sila. They will use this tournament of course, build on their chemistry.
That's right. I like what we mentioned during the pregame na medyo matagal itong conference na to dahil ang dami nating teams, 24 teams, and each pool will have 6 teams each. But single round robin nga lang yung laro nila, but still, this is a good experience for all of the squads.
Can you talk more about the, leagues na ganito kalaki when you face schools, clubs from different places? I'm sure when you were playing volleyball as well, Paning, it was exciting for you to face yung mga hindi mo masyado nakakalaban in tournaments.
No, actually, yun na nga. Minsan ang hirap mag-scout kasi hindi mo sila kilala. But ang pinaka-importante is every time you have a game day, kahit nga sa training lang mag-start na kayo, na maging seryoso. You know, you have to take lahat ng games, you have to treat it as like championship game na. So, all out. Kaya nakikita natin din dito sa DLSU Dasma na since the start of the set, all out sila. But yun nga lang, ang daming errors na nakukuha. Service area, outside attacks. But itong Ateneo squad naman, so far, relax sila maglaro. Unti-unti silang nakakatikit sa score and now we're all tied at 9.
Right, 9-all. Mahirap na mag-scout with a number of teams. Mas mahirap pa sa first game day kasi wala ka talagang pagbabasehan prior to this. It's a close set number 1. Licauco goes to Batas. Easy pickup for Lasal. But not the cleanest of connections. Okay, fake the attack, went for the set. Here comes Alabin. Set back by the blockers of Ateneo.
Yeah, wala masyadong coverage doon. Itong Don Pacundo, Lasal. Now take a look at this. Mabagal nga lang yung dating ng bola on their side, but no one was there to get that coverage.
And Ateneo is back up with the lead, 1 point. What a serve from Pasino. And it turns into an error for Alabin.
And now Ateneo is up by 2 points. Score now is 11-9.
Slow start for Ateneo, but they were able to recover right away. Pasino. Oh, there's a rotational error on the part of Lasal.
Yeah, I think masyadong napaaga itong pwesto ni Ian Hidalgo, the setter of DLSU Dasma. Because he's in the back row.
Well, they gotta settle down because Ateneo is now up by 3 points. Pasino continues with the power serves and another ace. This will prompt Lasal to call for time.
Magagawa yun. Hindi nga pwedeng mag-asahan sa pasa eh. Tulong-tulong, okay? Isang magandang pasa, tapos papatay tayo sa atake. Okay, go. Sige.
Masyadong malaki yung cover natin.
Palinin natin. Ano mo?
Masyadong malaki.
Few instructions from Lasal in that huddle. Right now, they find themselves down by 4 points. Sometimes you only need to call a timeout para ma-ice yung server ng kabilang team. That's what happened as Pasino sends it short.
Just like what the coaches of DLSU Dasma reminding their players to relax lang and calm down dahil medyo agit sila ngayon eh. Since the start of this set, ang taas ng energy nila, tapos ngayon napapansin mo na bumababa naman yung energy nila since ang laki na ng lamang nitong Fudgee Barr Ateneo. 4 points.
We saw how hyped they were. And I was wondering bakit ang lakas nga ng cheers. Kasi yung game before them was also De La Salle Eco also.
That's right.
Parehong mga Lasalista cheering for this team as well. Alabin goes up, off the block, gonna score.
Smart move there by Alabin, using the hands of his blockers. Take a look at this.
Oh, that elevation from Popoy Alabin. 11 serving 14. That is short. think that's the fourth.
I think it's the fourth or fifth service error,
no? Dami
right?
na for Lasal. And that one is a violation for Ateneo.
A net touch called on Ryan Dakulan.
So back-to-back points for DLSU Dasmariñas as they try to inch closer. Licauco goes to Okeke.
Oh,
And that's a point.
good attack there by Okeke, sending his team to technical timeout. Ateneo is up by 4 points.
This upcoming Spikers Turf, iba na yung level ng laro. So, kailangan naming mag-double time sa training. Kailangan naming i-correct yung mga lapses namin na nagawa nung V-League. Naniniwala ko na may papakita kami na mas malaki, wow, kaysa sa pinakita namin last V-League.
And Ken Batas has higher hopes for his team in this Invitational Conference. Last time around, they joined the Spikers Turf. They finished 6th out of 7 teams. Meanwhile, Don Pacundo continuing to cut the lead, and they're now down by just 3.
Yeah, that was Chin Sumage using the hands of his blockers for his open attack.
Sasis with a serve. De Castro bumps it to the left side. Pasino will get the point.
Still a 4-point advantage here by Fudgee Barr Ateneo.
Let's see what LaSalle will do here. They go to Cruz, and that drops.
That running attack from Renz Cruz of Don Pacundo LaSalle working well, cutting down the point to only 3 points advantage here for Ateneo.
Better first ball for Okeke. Licauco goes middle. LaSalle will try to attack on the right side, and it doesn't go over. The attack coming from Malaiba. So it's a 4-point lead for Ateneo as James Licauco will get set to serve. Tough set there, but no problem for Chin Sumage.
That was actually a good set from their setter. Talking about Ian Hidalgo of Don Pacundo LaSalle.
Hindi naman siya pinahiya ni Sumage on that attack. And then the counter of Pasino.
Oh, but there was a net touch called on Renz Cruz.
That one went wide, but Cruz says otherwise. They will try to challenge this net touch call. So violation ang tinawag, overruled by our first referee, but then you saw Cruz signal to their bench.
Parang he's confident na hindi siya nag-commit ng violation. Talking about net touch. Itong si Ian Cruz.
Well, let's see what the replay will show us. Sometimes yung adrenaline no, na
Oo.
tinatawag natin, you don't notice it because of how fast things are.
That's right.
But the replay will tell us what happened in that last play. And if that is a successful challenge, they will go closer to just 2 points behind Ateneo. But we saw early in the first set, paning lamang tong Dasmariñas. But you talked about na yung medyo agit at first.
Right.
How do you start a match? Dapat ba super energetic ka right away, or is it somewhat paunti-unti dapat yung ipag-increase ng energy mo?
Based from experience,
Yeah.
paunti-unti yung energy. Kasi minsan ang hirap na ang pag-start mo, sobrang taas ng energy mo. Tapos minsan middle of the set or patapos na set, biglang bumababa
Might die
eh.
down, right?
And I don't know, that's why we call ourselves Team Diesel. Ang tagal namin mag-init inside the court.
Pero
So,
pag nag-init, grabe na.
tuloy-tuloy na. But is there a net touch?
Oh, that was so close, but yeah, merong onting daplis. Probably the slightest of that skin
Yeah, most probably.
grazing the net.
So the point will go to Fudgee Barr Ateneo. They're up by 4 points, 19-15. So that's an unsuccessful challenge by Coach Jerome of Don Pacundo, LaSalle Dasma.
19-15. Good first ball and a chance to attack. And Dasmariñas scores.
That was PB Malaiba on the opposite. So the first substitution here for the side of Don Pacundo, LaSalle. So Christian Batong will now do the service for the DLSU squad.
A lot of young players for LaSalle Dasmariñas, who are just 20 years of age. That was a good serve. And we understand why he was sent in, but Ateneo, with that counter, causes the violation from the Patriots.
Yeah, net touch called on Don Sasis. So the point will go to Fudgee Barr Ateneo.
Hidalgo upset the push by Sasis. Hidalgo nilipat sa kabila. And off the block, Malaiba scores. Don Pacundo just 3 points behind Ateneo.
Oh,
But again, we've talked about the service errors.
yeah, yun yung mga sayang na nasa inyo na yung momentum. Sinusubukan ng team nyo na humabol sa point ng kalaban, but habang nasa service area ka, makakakommit ka ng error.
Couple of subs coming in for Ateneo as Jan Mangulabnan enters the game. Last couple of conferences, he was still part of the VNS team. And now suiting up for the Blue Eagles. They go to Okeke. And Okeke with a smash.
What an attack there by Okeke in the open. So we will expect more attacks on that side of the court for Fudgee Barr Ateneo.
And another timeout, the final one for set number 1 para sa DLSU Dasmariñas. Well, LaSalle calling that final timeout as they find themselves behind by 5 points. Mangulabnan. Nice serve. And that sails out for Alabin.
This is actually a strong rotation for the side of Fudgee Barr Ateneo. They have 3 attackers in the front row, while Don Pacundo, LaSalle Dasmang only have 2 attackers in the front row. Their setter is in the front row. That's Hidalgo.
Hidalgo upset. Okeke was there for the pickup. Saved by Ateneo. They go middle to Sasis.
Good save.
Nilipat sa kabila. Blockers were there, but the coverage of De Castro present. And that ends with the attack error of Amil Pasinio. Mangulabnan, back sets to Okeke. Powerful attack.
Good first ball from Okeke and a good opposite attack there. So sending his team to set point.
Oh, you've seen the attacks of Okeke. Pag maganda yung set talaga, it's almost a sure point for Ateneo. But his service hasn't been perfect. That's his second service error of the set. So 1 set point saved for Don Pacundo. Renz Cruz checks back in for the Patriots. De Castro, Mangulabnan goes to Pasinio. And he is able to finish as he scores off the block to get set number 1 for the Ateneo Fudgee Barr Blue Eagles. Let's take a look at that play. Mangulabnan with a nice set of play. And then Pasinio with all power. That ball sails out. And the first set goes to the blue shirts. We'll be back with set 2 when we return. Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center in Manila for the continuation of the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference as we revisit the highlights of set number 1. Paneng, slow start for the Ateneo Blue Eagles against DLSU Dasmariñas, whom we mentioned the hype, the energy was there, but then they weren't able to sustain it, and the Blue Eagles took advantage halfway through the set number 1.
That's right. Though Ateneo saw DLSU Dasma na they started really strong. You know, ang ganda ng floor defense nila, ang ganda ng net defense. But when they started committing those service error during the start of the first set, dun na nawala yung momentum sa kanila and medyo bumagal na yung laro nila. That's why Fudgee Barr Ateneo took advantage of that clearly and very relaxed lang sila all throughout the set. Talking about Ateneo, ang ganda ng performance nila, though ang laki ng lamang ng Don Pacundo, DLSU Dasma, onti-onti silang dumidikit hanggang sa lumamang pa sila ng 5 big points for that set. I'm talking. Let's see the set 1 statistics on the attack department. Don Pacundo actually had 11, though Ateneo had 7. But I want to talk about their errors because Don Pacundo Lasal had 15 errors. That's a lot for one set, while Ateneo only had 6. That's why it's very evident, lalo na do sa latter part of the first set, na ang ganda na nung the way na tinapos nitong Fudgee Barr Ateneo yung first set na yun.
There's an emphasis on that department, talking about the opponent's errors. That's where Ateneo got most of their points because of the service errors and the attack errors of Don Pacundo. Let's see how they will bounce back in the second set. At least they've gotten a feel of how it is here in the Invitational Conference. They're making their return 8 years later. Obviously, a much different team. Their coach, Coach Jerome Mirano, is actually still playing for DLSU Dasmariñas when they joined that 2015 edition.
Yeah, so now he's leading the squad for Don Pacundo Lasal.
And first point goes to Don Pacundo as Sassis will serve. Okeke with a good read. That sailed out. Not a good start if you're trying to avoid those errors.
So for the second set, iniba ni Coach Timmy Santo Tomas yung lineup niya using Enzo Gutierrez as their starting setter.
Gian Salarzon is now in the game. For the first time, there was a call on the service of Gian Salarzon, which actually went in, but the foot fault is, or will be checked rather. Racing it is assistant coach Vince Mangulabnan. His younger brother is now with the Ateneo Blue Eagles. A family of setters, no? Itong sila Vince, Jan, Maggie also playing now. Made her debut in the pros.
This is an early challenge for the side of Ateneo. Let's see what happened there. Service ni Salarzon. Is there a foot fault?
That was so close.
That was so close. But that was a good challenge by Coach Timmy Santo Tomas. So the point will be replayed. 1-1 for the second set.
Probably a half-inch shoe size bigger itong kay Salarzon. Would have stepped on the line, but that point will be replayed. Good dig by Salarzon. Okeke with the approach. Just wide for Amar Okeke.
Now, there was no touch from the blockers of DLSU Dasma.
Oh, there's a violation called on Ateneo. By the way, there's also a change in setters as Enzo Gutierrez is now distributing the ball for the Blue Eagles. Another service error for the Patriots. Cyrus de Guzman will be the one to serve for Ateneo. Okeke sets up Salarzon from the back, the drop, and that's a point for Gian Salarzon.
Actually, ang taas ng bola na yun from JR Salarzon. Hindi ready yung DLSU Dasma to get that first ball. Take a look at this, right in the middle of the defense of DLSU.
A good serve leads to another attack for Ateneo. But a miscue. A chance for LaSalle Dasmariñas. It's sent back. Hidalgo goes to the same area. kept alive by the blue shirts. Third try for the Patriots, and Cruz will put it away.
Again, the running attack of Cruz. I think that was the second time that we've seen that for this game na hindi na pahabol yung blockers ng Fudgee Barr Ateneo.
Set up play to Okeke. Had to adjust. Naiangat ni Malayba. That one is a block point. Dakulan was there to reject that attempt. Too long for Ken Batas on that serve.
Since the first set, Ateneo already had 5 service errors, while on the side of Don Pacundo, LaSalle, 9 service errors. Make that 10 service errors for the side of LaSalle.
That is way out for Renz Cruz. You already know what they will work on pagdating sa next training nila.
More time on the service area. Kasi sayang, lalo na pag ganitong dikit yung score.
Good serve by Okeke. De Castro will chase.
Good save.
Free ball given up by Batas. Hidalgo upset. Blockers again were present for Ateneo mula sa likod.
That was too low for Popoy Alabin.
That's excellent net defense by Ateneo.
Good serve.
A better attack for LaSalle Dasmariñas.
That's a good drop ball by Ian Hidalgo, the setter of De La Salle Dasma. Take a look at that right in the middle of the defense of Fudgee Barr Ateneo.
Another wide service for the Patriots.
It was back-to-back service errors.
Chance for Ateneo to set up the play. That one doesn't work. Para kay Gutierrez. They will set up once again. Gutierrez goes middle to the Guzman. Malayba. Another setup for Ateneo. Salarzon scores off the block.
Salarzon using the hands of his blocker, sending his team to first technical timeout. They're up by 2 points, 8-6.
Seen much from PB Malaiba when he was still with the Navigators Iloilo last conference, but this time around with DLSU Dasma, he is taking center stage. Nakwento nga ni PB na malaking bagay sa kanya to be given that trust, especially since he didn't get a lot of minutes last conference. Pagkatapos daw ng nakaraang conference, PB put in the work day in and day out, lost 7 kilograms to be much quicker and lighter for this conference. Inspired nga itong si PB ngayon dahil nakatutok daw ang pamilya niya sa game na to as they're very excited to see him finally have the chance to show the Spikers Turf what he's got. Tutok lang sa Pilipinas Live app and join in on the conversation with hashtag SpikersTurf2023. Dipan Paneng.
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. And that's what this Invitational Conference is all about, you know, exposure for these players, for them to showcase their skills and And you gotta admire the preparation that they put in coming into this tournament. 3-point lead for Ateneo. Speaking of, that was an attack from Malaiba, but Ateneo was able to pick it up. Hidalgo goes back to him. What a drop! Right on cue after that report from Doreen Suway Baguio.
Yeah, that was Malaiba on the opposite. Take a look at this drop ball. Napansin na nila ngayon na dyan nahihirapan yung Ateneo sa defense when they drop the ball behind the blockers or right in between their defense pattern.
It was the cutting down the weight that allowed him to go up
Yeah.
that high. Solid rejection. It's back with the Blue Eagles. Gutierrez to Salarzon again. Check by Lasal. Another one. They change it up. Batas on the other end. It's still playable. Okeke, upset, Salarzon. Still no. Lasal playing great defense. Quality back and forth for both teams. Who will get the point? And Ateneo will do.
Good defense though for Don Pacundo, Lasal, Dasma. Grabe yung net defense nila as well as coverage. But Fudgee Barr, Ateneo winning that point using their tall blockers. Maganda rin yung sipag na pinakita nitong Ateneo on the net and also on the defense, floor defense rather.
Service error there for Gutierrez. Sasis with a serve. Gutierrez upset. And that ball goes into the stands. What an attack from Gian Salarzon.
Ang ganda ng iwas niya sa blockers. Doon sa opposite attack na yon ni Salarzon.
That is an ace for Gian Salarzon. You heard that first from Lance De Castro, who called it for the Blue Eagles.
It was inside. Kita niya na inside yung service na yon ni Salarzon. Saktong-saktong sa dulo ng court ng DLSU Dasma.
This time it's out for Salarzon. PB Malaiba will send that service short. That one sent back from the dig of De Guzman. Dakulan bumps it. It will be a free ball for Lasal. They go middle to Cruz. Popped up by Salarzon. Okeke with a push, and that's enough for a point for Ateneo.
That was a good placement on the drop ball by Okeke. Kanina, puro sa gitna ng defense yung drop ball nila, but this time sending that ball to zone 1 of the DLSU Dasma, forcing their team to call for a timeout.
Lamang yung kalaban, dapat pinupush natin na mahabol yun, isa-isa. Okay? O, tatrabaho ulit na maayos. Pasa, aatake. Tapos service ulit, papasok natin. Okay? Tiyagain natin. Kaya naman natin tapatan yung mga palo nila. Okay? Go, go, go!
Animo, walang mawawala.
That was a good reminder from Coach Jerome of the DLSU Dasma. Dahil sinasabi niya na kaya naman nilang tapatan yung palo nitong Fudgee Barr Ateneo. They have a good floor defense, also net defense. But yun na nga lang, may gigil eh. Nakikita ni coach na may gigil sa kanila every time na umaatake sila. That's why nakakuha sila ng mga unforced errors na naninet yung attack. And pag nasa service area naman, magko-commit sila ng error. So sayang yung effort.
And you can see that they're able to exchange rallies with Ateneo. So
That's
they
right.
can contain some of their attacks. Well, let's see what they will do here. They go open. And that one is a double contact violation.
We actually have a lot of long rallies for this set. But yun nga lang, because of the errors, doon nakakuha ng puntos itong Fudgee Barr Ateneo.
Popoy Alabin will serve. Okeke. That is dug up by Lasal. Okeke again. Oh, collision between Gutierrez and Dakulan. Oh, Gutierrez not happy with that last sequence.
Medyo nawala siya sa pwesto doon for that set. Dahil nagkabungguan sila dito ni Ryan Dakulan and Enzo Gutierrez.
These are new players for Ateneo, and they get that miscue there. So you can see that connection the past couple of possessions hasn't been there. And some signs of frustration for Gutierrez and Dakulan. And quickly, Coach Timothy Santo Tomas inserts Arvin Garcia with a couple of instructions to Dakulan as he heads to the bench. Those are birthing pains as another service error there for Dasmariñas. When you have rookies, young players, Paneng, that's bound to happen, right, in a team.
Yeah, lalo na pag minsan may giggle factor din eh. Nababagalan ka sa pwesto, hindi mo alam yung gagawin mo sa atake or in the drop ball mo. Kaya dun din nakakuha ng experience yung mga players actually. Sa mga errors at sa mga good points na nakukuha nila during a game.
Cruz with a serve. Gutierrez goes to Aymar. Popped up by Alabin. Chin with the attack, and it is sent back.
That was a good block from Enzo Gutierrez and Arvin Garcia on the side of Fudgee Barr Ateneo. Sending their team to second technical timeout. Their team is up by 3 points.
Pinaghandaan kasi namin to talagang kasi ito po yung first professional league po namin na sasalihan. So kailangan po magandang performance pong ipakita namin. May mga Lasal din po na kasali which is Lasal Top, nandyan din po and Binil. So gusto po namin makipagsabayan sa kanila makipagsabay nila para maipakita din po kung anong merong skills ang meron ng Lasal Dasma.
Watch the Spikers Turf live in an HD on demand via Pilipinas Live. Enjoy the action anytime, anywhere, and on any device. Download and subscribe now or watch via PiliPinasLive.com. Right now, Ateneo Fudgee Barr, Blue Eagles still holding on to a 3-point lead as Okeke. That's been a struggle for Okeke in this game so far.
Right, but that is the 9th service error of Ateneo for this game. And on the side naman on Don Pacundo, DLSU Dasma, 13 errors already on the service area.
Gutierrez to Salarzon, off speed, picked up easily by Hidalgo. The bump by Tabuklao. He gets it again. They swing it to Chin. Sumage. Medyo nag-alangan si Okeke. Chance for Lasal Dasmariñas. Another one. They've been scrambling to look for that attack. And it ends with an Ateneo point after that double contact.
Ateneo showing us better net defense here for the second set. Though on the side naman of DLSU Dasma, we're seeing a couple of combination plays, but ang ganda nitong blockings ng Ateneo. They're using their power on that department.
And that's an ace for Arvin Garcia, who just checked in here at the latter part of set number 2. Attack for the Patriots, popped up by Garcia. Batas on the other side, that is flat. And outside for Ken Batas.
Yeah, alam na niya eh, nakailalim siya dun sa bola. Kaya ang layo ng daan nung atake niya on the back row.
Gutierrez ups it to the Guzman. That is a point. There was a touch. Rookie Enzo Gutierrez will serve for Ateneo. That is over-received and an easy dunk for Gian Salarzon.
Yeah, there's setter, si Ian Hidalgo is on the back row, kaya mahirapan na siya agawin yon sa net.
And timeout called by Don Pacundo, Lasal.
Natin. Normal mag-error eh, pero wag lang sunod-sunod. Kailangan lang natin bawiin. Ha? Okay. Hindi pwedeng sumimangot. Kailangan nga, ang gagawin natin sa kanila, i-challenge natin yung kalaban. Okay? Oh, go! Tara! Okay. Receive ko. Middle, tulong tayo middle.
Sir! Chin!
We're seeing here the supporters of Don Pacundo, DLSU Dasma.
Hoping that their team would get closer here in set number 2. They're behind by 5. And they respond after that timeout with a powerful spike from PB Malayba.
So far, Malayba already has 6 points for this game.
Gutierrez with a setup and Batas will respond.
It's a good open attack by Ken Batas. Take a look at this. A single blocker na late na doon sa block si Renz Cruz, middle blocker of the DLSU Dasma.
Salarzon is back at the service line, has 5 points off the bench. Checked there by De Guzman. De Castro with a pickup. Gutierrez back sets Batas. And he scores another point for Ateneo.
Back-to-back points from Ken Batas. And now we're seeing the defense of DLSU Dasma na medyo nagsiscramble na sila sa net. Nalilate na yung blockers nila and yung defense pattern nila medyo naguguluhan na ngayon for latter part of this set. Ateneo has a comfortable 6-point lead for this set.
3 points away from taking a 2-set advantage. Balik sa Lasal, Dasmariñas ang bola. PB with the attack. Naabot ng blockers ng Ateneo. Another one. That is a touch from the blockers of Ateneo.
two tall blockers in front of PB Malaiba. That's Cyrus de Guzman and Amar Okeke. He was able to use the hands of his blockers to get that point.
He goes for the serve. Gutierrez had to bend, and Okeke does the rest.
Dominating attack there by Amar Okeke on the open. Parang hindi na sumabay doon sa block. Si Ian Hidalgo, take a look at this. Every time na binibigyan ng mataas na set on the open si Amar, kaya niyang taasan yung contact niya, ibabawan yung blockers, kaya nahihirapan pumwesto yung defense ng DLSU Dasma.
Oh, that was too far. And Ateneo reaches set point. Cyrus de Guzman will be the one to serve. 24-17. That's a good one. Hidalgo. And Don Pacundo able to save a set point.
And that was a net touch violation called on Arvin Garcia, the middle blocker of Fudgee Barr Ateneo, but still they are on set point.
Gutierrez. Batas will try to finish this off. Not just yet, says Don Pacundo, but it ends with that attack error. Although I think Don Pacundo Lasal will call for a challenge to try and salvage that point. Why not? There's nothing to lose as they still have challenges remaining.
They're calling for a net touch, or they will challenge that call because they're saying there's a net touch on the side, on the right side of Fudgee Barr Ateneo.
Yep. So the initial call was
Outside,
yung
right.
atake. Nitong si Chin Sumagi. Well, let's see based on the replay. Otherwise, Ateneo will go up 2-0 in this final match of our opener. We'd like to thank you all again for joining us for the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference over on Pilipinas Live on One Sports and on One Sports Plus. Where the games will be played every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So we're waiting for the official call from that last play. Let's see what happened.
Oh, I think there is a net touch.
No, there's none.
There's none. So it was the ball, or that challenge is unsuccessful. The point will go to Fudgee Barr Ateneo, closing that set to 25-18.
They're now up 2-0. Set number 3 when we return. back here for the coverage of the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. You're catching us on Pilipinas Live, One Sports, and on One Sports Plus as we take a look at the highlights of set number 2. Almost a similar scoreline there. Paneng, what did we see in that set number 2 for both teams?
Well, definitely Ateneo continued to play dominantly for that second set. We saw they were able to double their blocking. Dahil nung first set, they only had one block point, talking about Ateneo. But coming into the second set, they had 5 block points for that set. And we saw it na kahit na hindi sila nakakuha ng block points, na-check nila yung mga attackers ng DLSU Dasma. Ang dami nilang nakukuhang block points, service ace as well. And let's talk about the errors for that set. Though Don Pacundo was able to minimize their errors to 9 versus 15 nung first set, Ateneo had more errors for that second set, 12. Nadoble nila yung errors nila dahil nung first set, 6 lang yung errors, but nung second set, 12. But they were able to get a lot of points on the blocking department and also in the service aces. And what I like on the side of Fudgee Barr Ateneo is sobrang relaxed pa rin sila maglaro. Kahit nung first and second set, basic volleyball lang. We didn't see a lot of combination plays. They were able to read the attackers of DLSU Dasma. Nababasa nila, kumbaga, on the net and even sa floor defense. But on the side of DLSU Dasma, nahihirapan sila makakuha ng puntos in the attacking department dahil may konting gigil yung palo or ang ganda pa rin ng blockings ng Ateneo.
Right, compared to set number 1, the attack points of Don Pacundo lessened. So Ateneo was able to limit that, and we see a much more fluid offense for Ateneo. Meanwhile, and it's nice, no, yung mga bunot ni Coach Timothy Santo Tomas. We saw the rookie Enzo Gutierrez played most of that set number 2 and was able to distribute the ball well. I don't think we saw a lot of Amil Pasinio anymore dahil nga yung ibang attackers din gumagawa, as Gian Salarzon, Aymar Okeke also in the mix. But I think this is a chance for them to insert more players, having said that they're now up 2 sets to none.
That's right. And actually for the side of Ateneo, their leading scorer is Aymar Okeke with 6 points, followed by Pasinio and Salarzon, both having 5 points apiece. And on the side of Don Pacundo, DLSU Dasma, Malaiba already has 7 points, and Alabin, Cruz, and Sumagi all had 3 points apiece.
So early on, we are finding out sino ba yung mga go-to players. Ito si Coach Jerome Mirano for LaSalle Dasmariñas. Also, Kennedy Batas had some important points in that set number 2 for Ateneo. Let's see what they will do here, talking about Don Pacundo in set number 3 to try and extend the match. Dip Pianco alongside Paneng Mercado de Conex-Swarter. And Doreen Suay Baguio joining us on the sidelines for her reports. 1-1 here in set number 3 as Salarzon will serve for Ateneo. Hidalgo back sets. Denied by De Guzman.
The good read there on the block by De Guzman. Take a look at this blocking on the cross court. No coverage there for the side of DLSU Dasma. Good serve.
A combination play works for PB Malaiba.
Again, Malaiba, the go-to attacker for the side of DLSU Dasma. Look at that combination play.
Oh, De Guzman. That was popped up by Hidalgo. Malaiba. Salarzon was there for the pickup. Mangulabnan back sets. And down the line, through the legs. Sendon able to score a point for Ateneo.
That was Jeric Sendon on the opposite. Take a look at this. Facing cross court, but sending that ball down the line. Renz Cruz was not ready for that down the line defense. A good save.
Malaiba with a drop. Finds the open spot.
Grabe yung elevation ni PB Malaiba. Parang tagal niyang bumaba after niyang tumalon. Take a look at this.
Yung mga sinasabi niya nagkape pa sa ere.
Yung hang time niya, ang ganda.
Perfect for a rainy weather, no? Free ball for Lasal Dasma. Mangulabnan goes to Okeke, and Amar will score.
Amar so far the leading scorer for Fudgee Barr Ateneo. What I said, every time na maset siya ng high ball, ang ganda ng atake na pinapakita niya.
PB again, down it goes.
Take a look at this. Opposite attack, down the line.
Maulabnan, back row attack from Gian Salarzon.
That's good for Gian Salarzon. Now he is in the front row. Okeke will do the service.
Oh, he gets that in. We saw him struggle a while ago. Meanwhile, Sassis will score for Don Pacundo. Oh, there was the buzzer sounded as there's a rotation violation called on Lasal Dasma.
The officials are saying that the server should have been Dos Sassis.
Oh, they're discussing with our second referee. They're clarifying what happened in that previous sequence, but right now it's a close start once again for set number 3. Although the question is, how will Don Pacundo sustain? What do you think is key for Coach Jerome's squad to be able to, you know, get the lead here against Ateneo? Kasi pagdating sa gitna, dulo medyo naiiwan sila ng Blue Eagles.
Like no first set din, ang ganda nung start nila, right? Ang ganda nung defense nila, nung atake. But nung middle part na nung set, doon na bumababa yung energy nila. So I think it's important for their squad to sustain their momentum and focus lang sila for this set.
Well, we are seeing some signs of life from them whenever they score a point. Renz Cruz is back inside now for Lasal Dasma. So I think point stays and will stand for the Ateneo Fudgee Barr Blue Eagles. It's going to be 6, serving 5 in favor or courtesy of Arvin Garcia. Sumagi. That one sails out.
Yeah, no touch from the blockers of Fudgee Barr.
Arvin Garcia continues to serve. 2-point lead for Ateneo. Hidalgo sets up the play for Sumagi. Good coverage for Decena. The attack picked up by Okeke. From the back, the drop. Decena again with a dive. Sumagi checked. Mangulabnan tosses it from the left. Another chance for the Blue Eagles. And Desena has been diving all over the floor. But the effort was not rewarded for Roma Desena as Ateneo will send us to the first technical timeout.
You're still watching the 2023 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. The last time Ateneo was here in the Spikers Turf, James Licauco was injured and was only able to play 2 games. Kaya naman ngayon, James is full of excitement and confidence as he returns to the Spikers Turf court. Kwento nga ni James now that he is the team's main setter. He receives a lot of guidance and tips in his preparation from their veteran setter himself, E.G. Magadia. Alam ni James na malaking challenge for such a young team like them to be going up against semi-pro teams here in the Spikers Turf, but James takes it as a personal challenge to step up and set his teammates up for success as their primary playmaker. Stay with us here in the Pilipinas Live app and let us know what you think online with the hashtag SpikersTurf2023. Dipin Paneng.
Thank you, Doreen, for that report. James Licauco getting some tips from their veteran setter. And how important is that to have someone that will guide you throughout the process? Obviously, when you don't play a lot of games, there's someone, a veteran that you look up to and get tips from.
Yeah, though may mga coaches ka na, but it's still different na para may senior ka who is also guiding you. Because of course, napagdaanan na din nila yan. Like yung mga trainings and then yung mga games. So madami sila nabibigay na mga points based from their experience na makakatulong sa mga players.
This guy, though, I'm sure is getting a lot of tips from
his kuya. Yeah.
Na nasa bench ng Ateneo. Oh, what an attack from Popoy Alabin, rising up and getting the point. Oh, there are attackers on the part of Don Pacundo that can elevate. Good serve.
Oh, good save.
Salarzon with a better save. Another chance for Don Pacundo. Combination inside. Back-to-back points for Popoy Alabin.
Now, together with PB Malaiba, their go-to scorers for Don Pacundo is Popoy Alabin as well as Chin Sumagi.
Mangulabnan, upset. Hidalgo, back to Alabin. This time it's outside.
Yeah, may halong gigil na doon yung open attack ni Popoy Alabin. He was way under the ball for that open attack.
Oh, back-to-back errors for Alabin after those 2 straight points. Maybe LaSalle Dasma has to change it up. Medyo naging predictable yung offense nila on the past couple of possessions.
And sayang dahil maganda yung first ball nila umaabot sa setter nila in the middle. So most probably they need to activate their middle attackers now.
Oh, Cruz will score the point.
Good drop ball there by Renz Cruz. Take a look at this.
Nine to 11 is the score. Don Pacundo still hanging on. What an attack. Courtesy of Jeric Sendon.
And of course, a good set from Ian Mangulabnan. Take a look at that high set. And of course, down the line.
That was so sharp.
Super sharp.
Pero may challenge on the floor. Ball in, ball out. susubukan i-challenge itong Don Pacundo Lasal Dasmariñas, who are only behind by 2 points here in set number 3.
I thought that attack was inside.
Looked like it. So we will see the replay in just a bit. The attack from Jeric Sendon.
Here's the replay. It was way inside the court. So that challenge is unsuccessful for the side of DLSU Dasma. The point will go to Fudgee Barr Ateneo. They're now up by 3 points.
And it will be Cyrus de Guzman out of Hunter College joining Ateneo this season.
Oh, was that
What
a
a
single
block.
hand block from Amar Okeke?
We have to see that again, Amar Okeke.
Take a look at this.
No entry. What was that?
That was good timing on the block. I think he already saw that Alabin will attack that ball cross court. Kaya perfectly timing that.
That was so solid, and he goes for the attack. This time picked up by Lasal. He sends it back.
High set.
Malaiba, tough angle.
So far, Okeke, the leading scorer for the side of Ateneo with 8 points. Now timeout from the side of Don Pacundo, DLSU Dasma.
Papabayanan tayo masyado. Gusto natin makuha ito, tatrabaho tayo ng maayos. Okay? Isa-isa lang. Eh, tatrabaho lang maayos. Masyado na naman tayo nagmamadali eh. Diba? Pasa ulit, pasa, tapos atake. Ha? I-depensa naman tayo pag na-atake sila eh. Problema natin, first ball natin pag nagsiservice sila. There you go. Sige, go!
Hey, animals!
Parang same thing that we saw during the first set. Don Pacundo, DLSU Dasma had a good start, but coming into the middle part of this third set, bumababa na yung intensity nila. Kaya lumalaki ang lamang nitong Fudgee Barr Ateneo.
That's what we were talking about. How can Don Pacundo Lasal stay consistent? But again, after that timeout, a service error for Cyrus de Guzman as he heads to the bench. Popoy Alabin able to string a couple of straight points a while ago. Mangulabnan with that set. Alabin with the attack. Jan, upset. Okeke with the attack. Set back. De Castro saves it. Hidalgo, combination. They've been loving that play, and it's working for Lasal Dasma.
And usually it was PB Malaiba getting the point whenever they do the combination attack. Good defense on the side of DLSU Dasma. Getting that point. Now they're only down by 3 points. But an untimely service error for Don Pacundo. Overall, they're already at 16 service errors, while Ateneo has 11.
Hidalgo gets out of the way for Sumage, who scores.
Good down the line attack by Chin Sumage. Facing cross court, but sending that ball zone 1 of Fudgee Barr Ateneo. Take a look at this. Ang nipis ng daan na yon sa down the line attack.
And Hidalgo with the presence of mind to get out of the way quickly. And the same story for Lasal Dasma as we reach the second technical timeout.
I feel like we've been working hard on communicating with each other. You know, being kind of more meticulous with our errors and more precise in certain aspects of the game. So I just feel like with that, you know, we just got to put it all together and hopefully put together good games. People may not, you know, be looking at us as a strong team because of how we finished in the previous tournament. You know, I just want to prove them wrong that, you know, we're a lot better than what people think we are. And, you know, there's a lot of people that are doubting us and we just want to prove them wrong.
Enzo Gutierrez has some words to say for the doubters of Ateneo. Let's see how they will fare in this tournament. It's going to be a couple of months. They are part of Pool A here in the Invitational Conference. Meanwhile, Jerix and Don has been efficient. Well, let's take a look at Aymar Oqueque's numbers along with Gian Salarzon. What have they contributed here for Ateneo?
So far, they are the top 2 scorers for the Ateneo squad. Oqueque already has 9 points, coming from 7 attacks and 1 block and 1 service ace.
Yep.
While Salarzon has 7 points, coming from 6 attacks and 1 ace. So they are the go-to persons for their squad.
Yep, 1-2 punch of Ateneo so far. And a chance for the Blue Eagles. Mangulapnan goes to the running Garcia. Solo block. Back row attack is outside for Alabin.
There was no block touch, though triple block yon from the back row attack of Popoy Alabin. Another timeout called by Coach Jerome of Don Pacundo, DLSU Dasma. Let's listen in.
So, relax ulit. Hindi pa tapos yan. Walang natatapos sa 19. Okay? Tsagayin po, iangat mo lang sarili mo. Kailangan mo lang makabawi. Nalaban yung kakampi mo, kailangan mo din lumaban. Okay? Roma, hindi pwedeng tinitignan lang yung bola, di ba? Para kung masyadong maluwag na yung likod natin, parisibin na natin si Chin para hindi na tayo mahirapan. Diba? Huwag natin sakupin lahat.
Animo, Sol!
That was Coach Jerome again reminding his players to relax. Parang ngayon masyado na silang relax.
Oo nga eh. Sabi niya kailangan gumalaw. Talking to the libero of Don Pacundo, that was Roma Decena. And saying that the game is not yet done, they still have a chance here. Meanwhile, Oqueque coming from a service ace. Better pick up from Chin. Sumage. Licauco upset. Salarzon with the attack and the point.
Good down the line there by Salarzon. Kaya naguguluhan na itong defense ng DLSU Dasma squad. Substitution for the side of Fudgee Barr. Salarzon out and Lutrell Ateneo in for open attacker for Fudgee Barr Ateneo.
Coach Timothy Santo Tomas inserting more of his younger players to get the experience and playing time here on their opening match. Meanwhile, Oqueque sends that long.
There was also a substitution on the side of DLSU Dasma. Christian Batong now inside the court for their squad, replacing Chin Sumagi.
Ateneo gets his first touch on the setup by Licauco. That one drops right in for Renz Cruz.
I thought that set was a bit low for Renz Cruz, but he was still able to make something out of it, getting that point while going for the drop ball in the middle defense of Ateneo.
De Castro will set it up offhand for Ateneo. The attack picked up Okeke from the back. Yes!
Good placement there on the back row attack by Amar Okeke. It was not that strong of an attack, but a good placement. He already saw that PB Malaiba was waiting for a strong attack. That's why he was way the backcourt of DLSU Dasma.
Fudgee Barr, Blue Eagles just 4 points away from winning the match. Licauco tosses it, Ateneo. That's gonna be outside. But the challenge signaled by the players, and assistant coach Vince Mangulabnan will raise the challenge card. Block touch is what they are asking for in that previous play.
We'll see from the replay if there was indeed a block touch. Medyo mabilis yung atake na yun ni Ateneo on the open.
Well, what we thought this set would have been the closest LaSalle Dasma was going to be with Ateneo. Lumayo ulit itong Blue Eagles.
Parang huminto midway itong DLSU Dasma. Nung nakita nila unti-unting lumalaki yung lamang ng Fudgee Barr Ateneo. Take a look at this. Was there a block touch?
Oh, looks like it's clean.
That was an unsuccessful challenge for coach Timmy Santo Tomas.
Ateneo still searching for his first point. Coming off the bench for the Blue Eagles.
Though they still have a comfortable lead. They're up by 6 points.
Oh, Licauco was able to get to that. Hidalgo set again a bit too low for Cruz. Not the cleanest for Ateneo. And Don Pacundo takes advantage courtesy of the attack from Popoy Alabin.
Good attack by Popoy Alabin. Yan yung binanggit ni Coach Jerome kanina na medyo napadami siya ng errors in the middle part of the third set. But slowly...
Ooh. Emil Pasino with a solid spike.
It was a good attack by Pasino. Kanina nakapunto sa kanya si Popoy Alabin but bumawi naman siya sa cross-court attack na yon. And now a double substitution for the side of Fudgee Barr Ateneo. Sendon and Mangulabnan are now inside the court. Double substitution. So 3 attackers in the front row for Fudgee Barr Ateneo, while on the side of DLSU Dasma, their setter, Ian Hidalgo, is in the front row.
22 serving 16. Decena. Good defense from Roma Decena. Okeke went for the spike, and why not?
Why not? Kung ang ganda ng taas ng bola in the middle, right? So, Okeke getting that point for Fudgee Barr Ateneo. Now, they only need 2 points to close this match.
On the second touch, sabi niya, tapusin na natin to. Ateneo just needs 2 points. And Alabin able to score, but look at Okeke try and chase that ball. Hidalgo with a serve. The attack sent back.
Good timing on the block by Popoy Alabin, and that's Renz Cruz for the side of DLSU Dasma. Take a look at this replay. Good timing and nowhere to go through itong atake ni Ateneo.
They cut the lead down to 5. Mangulabnan, medyo masikip doon, but no problem for Ateneo.
And that was Sendon using the hands of his blockers.
And Ateneo Fudgee Barr Blue Eagles are now at match point. Lutrell Ateneo will be the one to serve for the match. Hidalgo, inangat. To PB. Okeke. Lucena was there for the pickup. Alabin. Saved by Ateneo. Okeke, can he finish? Not yet. Credit that floor defense from Roma Decena. And it turns into a point for Popoy Alabin.
Yeah, itong libero ng DLSU Dasma really working hard. Actually, since second set, itong si Decena all out sa depensa. That's Donald Brimon.
I think it's the first time we're seeing him play.
Yeah.
Sent in for serving duties. Ateneo. There's gonna be...
There's a foot fault violation called on Ateneo because he is in the back row.
So Ateneo not out of the woods just yet. DLSU Dasma trying to climb back, down by 4. Can this be it? Mangolabnan goes middle, and the finish by Cyrus de Guzman.
A strong finish here for Fudgee Barr Ateneo. Kahit na unti-unti nakakuha ng puntos itong DLSU Dasma, they stick to their game plan with basic volleyball, ending this match for quick attack there by Cyrus de Guzman.
That one drops right in for Cyrus de Guzman. And the straight set win for the Ateneo Fudgee Barr Blue Eagles. We'll be back to wrap this one up here on One Sports. Back with us here inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center. And the final game of the opening day here at the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference just finished with the Ateneo Blue Eagles winning over the De La Salle University Dasmariñas in straight sets. As we send this to Doreen Suay Baguio, who is with our best player of the game. Doreen?
Reintroducing themselves to the league with a bang are the Ateneo Fudgee Barr Blue Eagles with a sweep versus the Don Pacundo DLSU Dasmariñas Patriots. And I'm here, the best player of the game. Amar, congratulations on the win. It's your first game of the conference and on the opening day against a very formidable team in the conference. How do you feel? How was the whole experience? How was the whole experience for you?
Sorry, can you repeat?
How was the whole experience for you playing today?
Firstly, I would have to say thank God. You know, it's been a long journey, and then, I thank God for my team. They've been very supportive, even after like my injury and everything. So the experience playing here, it's something I've been longing for a very long time. So all glory to God. It was our first game, and we came out with a win.
Amar, you're only 20 years old, but you're playing at such a high level. What is it about Ateneo, about this team, about coach's system that allows you to play at such a high level in such a young age?
I think the coaching system actually gives you the liberation to actually, express yourself. So they don't try to like bring you outside what you know. They try to see what you have and then harness it more and, show you ways you can improve on what you already have.
Thank you and congratulations again, Amar, and to the Ateneo Blue Eagles for that win. And we're so excited to see what you guys do next. But for now, back to you, Dip and Paneng.
Thank you, Doreen. You're blending pretty well in that sea of blue with Ateneo right there. But your player of the game, Amar Okeke, thankful that he's finally able to suit up for the Ateneo Fudgee Barr Blue Eagles, the 6'4", 20-year-old out of Nigeria. Able to score 11 points, definitely a huge impact for Ateneo, Panay.
That's right. Since the start of this game, nung first set, kita natin na medyo alanganin pa yung service niya. He had a couple of service errors, but nung patapos na yung game, nakuha na niya yung range niya and yung lakas ng service niya. Nakabawi siya in short. And nakita na din natin na hindi lang siya nagko-contribute na the attack department because he also contributed in the block and service ace. He had the service ace and one block, and at the same time, whenever he's in the back row, ang ganda nung floor defense niya and reception. Yeah. So, and now we're looking at the set 3 statistics. Attack points though, DLSU Dasma had 14 versus 12 ng Ateneo, but still, Ateneo dominating on the blocking department with 2 blocks and 1 service ace, and they were also able to minimize their errors compared to DLSU Dasma. They only had 5 unforced errors for that set. And Lasal, again, parang tumataas yung yung errors nila pag since first set, second and third set. Kaya naman tinake advantage yun ng Ateneo, Fudgee Barr Ateneo. They played simple volleyball, open, set ng mga setters nila sa open, quick, or opposite. We didn't see a lot of combination plays or no combination plays at all. And nakita din natin yung strength nila in the blocking department, talking about Ateneo.
Right, and spoke too soon a while ago because this was actually the closest set. It ended up being the closest.